Good morning. I'm very disappointed in people. It seems like people still are using frequencies. Still are using remote neural monitoring. I'm done. This is how done I am. Our last address, I had to deal with it for 2 years. Minimum. Then I decided forget that. I'm moving. The guy that lived in this apartment took him 4 months to move out. Many moons ago. I used to be a mover. I could move 10 of these apartments with one other guy in a week, 2 a day. Or a full-size family home, 1 a day. Ever since, I had to wait 4 months to move in here. The same problems seem to still plague me. Frequencies to the heart. See, I wake up early. It's 6 a.m. where I am, East Coast. I've always woken up at 6. Now I'm done. I'm so done that this is how done I am. So where I was before, certain people have ties to departments and NSA. I had to deal with frequencies. One that was almost like a shower that burned. Almost kind of like one that I get here every once in a while. Maybe it was set on high. Don't know. Then I moved in here. For the first week, I didn't notice it. 2 months. I've had to deal with it. Neighbors. Oh yeah. 100%. I've had to deal with hidden cameras. My cell phone being hacked or wiretapped illegally. You see that little dot up there in the ceiling? That was a hole. A little tiny pinhole. I put a piece of tape over it. Even though I know it does nothing for certain kind of cameras. I didn't want nothing coming through that hole from the attic. There's another one right there. And one right there at the scene. I have missed alarms. I've been the victim of entry-exit. Missing stuff. The door has been picked with what looks like a coat hanger because it scratched the gold satin finish off my plate. Now, I'm really done and really pissed for people to say they don't know. My last place, one of the people didn't go to work for like 3 weeks. It's kind of odd because if you miss more than 3 days at that place, they toss you. I know because I knew somebody else that worked there. Missed like 3 or 4 days, tossed. See? I had to put a lock on a closet door because it had a piece of sheetrock on the wall. Didn't look right. So I took it off. What was behind it? A hole to someone else's apartment. Or crawl space. But you're going to get to the crawl space through another apartment. Now here, still down with remote neural monitoring, knocked out. Still dealing with frequencies to the heart intended to maim, injure, or kill. Now, on my door, it's an alarm button. When it opens, it screeches. Hold on. When it opens, it screeches. Now, I've heard things move in the attic above me. Things fall that are very heavy. Things being moved around, banging. My daughter in there, she's heard the same shit. Now I'm done, cause see, I'm on the back side of the house. But yet nobody ever hears my alarm. last night. I filled out an affidavit of truth. And I even did one on here, but it was dark. Followed, stalked, harassed, telephone numbers that don't go to shit, entry and exit, door being picked, remote neural monitoring, frequencies to the heart. They don't go from one place to another without cooperation, intent, now I'm real done sick. And I've got missed alarms again. Oh. Missed alarm. 4:30. Give or take. Only time I miss alarms is due to remote neural monitoring. That's from somebody being in the attic or downstairs. Frequencies come from the attic. Either somebody is let in with the equipment or is downstairs with the equipment. Either way, I don't give a shit. Somebody is guilty. And more than one person. 18 U.S. 241. 2 or more people conspire. Well, seems like more than 2 people have conspired. U.S. 242. Deprivation of rights under the color of law. Seems like my rights have been deprived under the color of law because this equipment, regular people just can't get their hands on it. Now, I've been polite. I ain't bothered no one. But I ain't dealing with this shit no more. So, to commit torture is a 20-year felony. To be a part of 18 U.S. 241 is a 10-year felony. Under the color of law, it's also a 10-year felony. Stalking, harassment, breaking and entering, theft. Each one has their own set term. Anywhere from 2 to 10 years each. For people to say they don't hear my alarm, no way. It screeches at 120 decibels, and the other one is like 200 decibels. There's no way no one can say they didn't hear it. And if they didn't hear it, that's because they didn't come in through that door. The neighbors at my last place to this place. People seem to get new cars, gift cards, favors, yard work, housework. The sad part is some state agencies seem to know. They don't act. Now, a little sick of it. Since I woke up at one point with sharp pains to the heart. I'm willing to take a polygraph test to prove that the shit happens, has been happening. And I can probably give a dozen people that has gone along with this program. Shit, minimum of 6 from my last, no, I'll go with 12 from my last place, to a minimum of to 8 to 10 here at this location on this block. Anybody else willing to take that polygraph test? Because I've called and asked about one. To use frequencies to hurt someone also falls under torture. So does remote neural monitoring. To oppress, injure, threaten to injure, take over of one's mind using drugs or machines. To make them not work properly. I bet if I look out the window, someone's car will still be there. Sure is. Used to go to work at 4 a.m. Haven't seen them. Just like my old address. Still have frequency and what sounds like people crawling around in the attic. I even heard people giggling one night. Sounded like they were in the crawl space or basement. Could have been the attic. I'm done. So, everybody downstairs that gets a white envelope, to the people at my last address that got a white envelope without a return address. Seems like conspiracy against one's rights, or a conspiracy against another. 18 U.S. 241. Now, I paid a lot of money at my last address, never got finished product, moved. Still down with it. How is that without conspiracy against one? And to be knocked out? Well, that's torture. It's going on every day for the past month and a half. Entry, exit, theft. Here's my hand on my Bible. Just like you'd see in court. Taking part in these crimes is also a RICO act, because you get gifts, gift cards, basically paid to torture or let people in when there shouldn't be. Now, I can pass a polygraph test at this point. A person wouldn't want one, wouldn't want to take it in Congress, Supreme Court, or Senate with the fear of lying to the court. I'm ready to take mine. People always want the easy buck. Well, I'm done. I hope everybody else is ready to take a polygraph test or something. Answer up in one way, shape, form. And if the equipment came from my last address, it should go back, since they have ties to the NSA. And know people at my local police department. Done being profiled, followed, stalked, harassed, vehicular stalked, mobbed at the store, apartment broken into, shit stolen, and then tortured to top it all off. And for people to say they didn't hear my alarm, bullshit. That bitch screeches. Both of them. Here's the other one. On. Delay. Off. See, I wouldn't have moved here if I knew I was going to have to deal with the same bullshit. My daughter even wanted to move someplace else. I chose a cozy, modest